literally just turned on. Well, Jalen, it's obviously been a while since we last saw you, so I guess just how's life been? How's camp been? And obviously we see you got a bit of a hair trim on the top, so just how's life been?
Life has been a roller coaster. Definitely a roller coaster. I don't like roller coasters, but it's been one, and I'm riding a good wave right now, so it's all good.
What do you mean by roller coaster? Is that just stuff outside of the fight game?
Outside, inside, revolving around it. Like not too much. I really like speculate on, but just to give you a gist. Like I've been going through it.
Well, you're back here for Fight Week now, so I guess when they came to you with Ignacio's name, just did you know who he was? Did it matter who you fought? Because he was in here earlier, and he said he always assumed he would fight you because you were both the 6'3" lightweights, and he thought it would actually be earlier in his career that you guys would be matched up. So I guess, what do you make of Ignacio as an opponent?
I already knew of him. I watched him. He fought one of my old teammates back in the day, and I just kept my eye on him, and I figured the same thing. Like we would cross paths eventually if he kept being on the tear that he was on, and he has. So now we're here.
Did it seems to be like the UFC's kind of getting behind him because he fought at Noche, now he's fighting on another pay-per-view main card. Do you feel like this is an opportunity to just kind of remind the UFC matchmakers and just the fans that like, okay, you have this prospect in front of me, but like I'd never went anywhere?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I feel like that's exactly what was in the minds of the matchmakers when this fight got put together. And I'm coming off of a layoff. He has all this hype, and I'm right here.
And just last one for me, completely unrelated to the fight game, but I went through your Instagram again, and I think you hit it was like a fakie into a heel or something like that, and you asked fans to name the trick. I'm curious, did you get any good ones, and did you even pay attention to what the names were?
The Rick flip. Yeah, fakie big heel flip. Yeah.
Jalin, is the weight cut going to be any easier because the hair's gone?
Yeah, it definitely is. Honestly, there was one point where when I was cutting weight for the Bobby fight, I told my coach, I was like, cut my hair. I was like, yo, cut it, just cut it off. Like, and they wouldn't let me. I was like, they put me back in the hot tub. Now it's gone. I'm not worried about the weight. Weight is great.
How are you enjoying Florida?
Oh, Florida's nice, man. I love it out there. Yeah, I love it. Love the humidity. Love being by the beach. Like Florida's real nice. I love politics are good too. Get to carry without like worrying about licenses and all that crazy stuff. So yeah, it's cool.
A lot different than California?
A lot different than California, but I love California. That was my home, and I will be back there one day. So yeah.
You talked with UFC.com about your grappling, that you basically took 11 months to work on your grappling, man. So can you just kind of talk about that and how important that was to you in like the grand scheme of things?
Well, I mean, it's kind of really self-explanatory, like grappling is always something that I need to like polish and sharpen up. I'm in a division where everybody is a elite grappler that's been grappling since they were toddlers. Like I started fighting when I was 18 years old, like I don't have. Oh, somebody dropped something. You good? You got it? I per se don't have the grappling accolade that a lot of these guys do, so I have to learn to nullify their game or, just advance positions so I can play my game better, So, we saw it happen in the Moicano fight. I really thought like I was like well suited to like deal with his grappling and his jiu-jitsu, and how heavy he felt on top really blew my mind, and I wasn't as prepared as I needed to be. So, I did take the time off and just work grappling, man. I got in the trenches. I got dirty. I was grappling all day, every day. I was doing a bunch of jiu-jitsu, a bunch of wrestling. Went to Dubai, did some wrestling. I've been working, man. I've been working. So, striking's still sharp. That's always gonna be my bread and butter, my go-to. But, I had to, sharpen something that was dull. And the last time I did that was when I fought Matt Frivola, and then I went on my 5-fight win streak. So that's reincarnation. I'm the phoenix right now. I'm reborn. So I wanna go in there, get back in the mix, and just showcase how much better I've gotten.
Usually you're a lot taller than your opponents, and now you're fighting someone who's just as tall as you. Is that going to play any difference in this fight?
Yeah, I like fighting the taller guys, but it's a change. It's a big change, because like shorter guys are really explosive. Like they have to work to get in, so I have to explode to get in. And I feel like I'm not gonna have to worry about that too much this fight, but I'm gonna have to worry about being in certain positions where he can touch me or where I think he can't touch me. So that's the game right now. But I feel like I'm gonna have to fight a little bit backwards than I usually do. I'm okay with that. I've been doing it all camp, so I've been working on it, and everything's good. Everything's seaming up.
And last one for me. You just said your weight's good, and you've always said that even though you're a big dude, you're a smaller lightweight. But do you foresee yourself going up to welterweight sooner rather than later?
Honestly, I don't. I don't foresee it, but it just depends on the trajectory of my career. Like, I would entertain going up on maybe a short notice one day, maybe like a few years from now. But for now, that's not even in my mind. I'll entertain the question, and answer it, but not in my mind.
Thanks, man.
Of course.
Jalin, to your right over here. You're back in Las Vegas, the return of T-Mobile Turner. You seem to fight here a lot. So usually anytime someone fights here on big cards, it frequently means that the promotion likes counting on you. And I know the promotion is probably heavy on his stock, but I feel like they're still heavy on your stock and what you bring to the table for the live experience for a fan. So what's it like from your point of view, being someone who usually gets the nod to be on these fun cards?
Oh, man. The UFC's always backed me. They always put me on the big cards, and they always know when my name gets put on any card, I'm gonna go and perform and put on a fight. And so I may not be the biggest talker, I may not be have the most showmanship, but when I get in that octagon, I'm gonna go fight, and they absolutely know that, and they absolutely know that fans love to see me fight.
Hey, Jalin over here. To follow up on that, having made so many trips to fight out here at the T-Mobile, I'd assume you have quite the routine now when you have fight week in Las Vegas. Can you let us into a little bit of what your typical fight week looks like out here?
Man, Vegas is dang near my second home, man. I'm gonna have to move out here soon. But this fight week's been different. This fight week, my routine has been completely different because my weight was really good. I got to enjoy more things. I was out hiking in nature a little bit more. It's been fun. It's been fun. I've been gone for almost a year, man. I just came back, and I just wanted to soak up every moment of this. Being in front of here, talking to you guys. I gotta realize, I'm about to be 30. I'm not gonna do this for too much longer in my life. So I just want to enjoy as much of it as possible and just soak up every single moment because it's gonna be gone one day. So glory be to God. I just love it. I just had to fall in love with being here, doing all these things, cutting weight, everything that sucks about this sport. I had to fall in love with it again.
You've had good nights at the T-Mobile. You've had some not go your way. Do you ever even reflect on that as you make that drive to the arena, or is all that just put aside by the time you get to Saturday?
Man, I reflect on all of it. I reflect on every single aspect, everything, good, bad, every experience I've had here. Most of it has been good. There's been a couple hiccups of bad, but it's all been an experience, man. I'm just trying to enjoy it all.
Thank you.
Anything else? That's it. Thank you, guys.